I'm here today recording Miss Nicole Godbold from Gulf Shores Elementary School.
Hello.
So, how do you use the technology in your classroom?
Our teachers use technology to within their curriculum. They use them in their before, during, and after parts of their lesson. For example, they might use blogging. They might use a sticky note app to monitor student thoughts while reading a text. They might use Padlet.com to interactively reflect on a lesson.
My professor likes Padlet.
That's pretty, and the kids always love it. They're very engaged when they use that. They might use it to Skype or FaceTime an expert during a unit study. We pretty much try to use it as much as we can.
I know you're not. Are you still teaching or no?
This year is my first year out of the classroom, and I'm a curriculum specialist now. So I'm trying to monitor best practices for a K-6 for reading, math, science, and history.
Okay. So when you were, I know last year, was it the first year with the computers?
I was an E-Mints teacher, so we started 4 years ago. We had a 2-to-1 ratio with two students to one computer. And then last year was the first year we implemented a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay. So when teaching the kids how to use the computers, was it difficult?
It was difficult because the kids, any experience that they had with technology was coming from a PC. So we were having to teach them how to use the Mac at the same time that we were new to using an Apple product. So that was probably the most difficult part of the whole thing.
Can you tell me an example of how you would use, or how your teachers would use some kind of technology in their lesson plans?
We started out trying to plan a lesson plan and transitioning into Common Core. And if the students were to use, like I mentioned earlier, the sticky notes, we would try to find an app or some type of technology resource that we could replace paper with a digital resource. And then at the time, 3 years ago, we had teachers who didn't have computers. So we tried to plan, even with those teachers who didn't have the technology, so that if we're using some type of application, they would be able to do the same thing with paper. Now our school has completely conformed and is now in the digital renaissance.
So do you still have textbooks, or have they gotten rid of?
We've kind of moved out of the textbooks and more into, we use iCurio and Discovery Ed as like a search engine, a student-safe search engine.
Yeah, we've studied those. So
yeah, and they're very rich with student content and monitors the content so that it's appropriate content. Because we are not allowed to let our students Google, because even with our county's filter, it doesn't
work.
No, it doesn't catch all of the inappropriate content.
No, I know, just from experience.
Yes, yeah. So we use a lot of those student-friendly search engines to do a lot of our research, and the teachers might create iBooks, and just we use a lot of Scholastic News for informational text.
How do the parents respond to using the technology in the classroom?
We've gotten both negative and positive feedback from our parents. With such intense learning during the day, when the kids go home, all they want to do is play games. Or they might be using Spelling City to study their spelling words. And it appears to the parent as if they're playing a game, but it's educational games. You know, learning can be fun. It doesn't have to be something that looks like absolute torture. So we've gotten some negative feedback from some parents because they think that all the kids are doing are playing games. So we've done a lot of hard work with communicating with our parents through our websites and through the media and kind of showing off student work. We have showcase events where other school systems and parents. We open up the school for the day so that everybody can come in and out of our classrooms and see what kind of student learning is going on, so that we can kind of clarify the use of these digital resources.
All right. Well, our time's almost up, so I just want to thank you again for helping me out with this project. And is there any last minute things you want to say about technology?
It's been a hard journey, and it's been a lot of learning, but we always say that it's been messy and fun, and we've been okay with making our mistakes and learning from them. But we're getting there.
All right.